Hi guys, it's Mullah Maker here. As a follow-up to my previous video on how I pick my weekly watch list, today I'll show you guys how I screen for breakout plays in mid-cap companies. We will continue using Finviz as before, but with the following parameters. The first one is market cap between 2 and 10 billion. You can change this to over 2 billion, but for the purpose of this video, we will screen mid-cap companies only. The second one is option and short turned on. The third one is average volume over 1 million. The fourth one is price. I want this over $10 to ensure we have the big boys in these plays. And finally, we will use the 52-week high-low and have this set to 0 and 5% below high. This gives us about 100 tickers that we will quickly go over and see what sticks out. As I mentioned previously, I skip retail, apparel, real estate, banks, and oil companies. On the first page here, we have ACIA, we have API, BLDR, BNGO, CHNG, CLDR, CLGX, COMM, DBX, and DQ. On the second page, we have DRVN, Flex, HUYA, KBH, KBR, KTOS. On the third page, we have MDLA, MDRX, NVST, ONEM, PD, Ping. And the fourth page, we have RXT, Sale, Toll, TPH, and Trip. And finally, we have Upwork and VRNT. So I'll put this into my TradingView watch list for the week, and then we'll chart these. So we are down to about 30 tickers that we will go over the charts. The first one is ACIA. Whenever you see a chart like that, you can skip that so that it goes out. The second one is API. As you can see here, I had previously charted this in the low 50s. It's already taken off. That entry has closed. We'll skip that. The next one is BLDR. This is one I had also previously charted. This looks like it's consolidating here right above the all-time highs. This is good, so we're gonna keep this on here. The next one is BNGO. This is pretty good here with the high volume. Looks close to breaking out. Gonna leave that on there. We'll skip CHNG. CLDR, this played out a perfect cup and handle over here. The entry is closed for this. We'll skip that. CLGX, this does not move enough for options. You can see here it's sideways. We'll skip that one. COM looks good, so we'll keep that on there. DBX seems to be creating a cup and a handle pattern here. It's a very shallow cup, but we'll keep this on watch and see what comes of it. DQ looks good. DRVN, this looks like a new IPO. There's not really a base here, so we're gonna skip that one. Flex, it's consolidating here right under the all-time highs, so we'll keep that on here. HUYA, this broke out from a cup here. It worked on a handle and there's high volume on the breakout. This is good for a continuation. KBH, this is also consolidating above the highs. We'll keep this on here. KBR, it's close to breaking out. KTOS is consolidating as well. MDLA, this bounced off strongly and it's coming back up to breaking out. MDRX looks like it's cooling off here. NVST, this looks good, especially as a post-earnings play. It beat earnings, so we'll keep that on watch. ONM, this is one I had charted previously, broke out from the cup and handle. This here was the entry with the high volume, and that entry has now closed. PD is consolidating here. Peng looks close. I would want this over 38. RXT, I believe they have earnings coming up next week, so we'll skip that one. It's just too close to earnings, and earnings are completely unpredictable. Sale looks pretty good here. We'll keep this on the list. Toll as well. TPH, we'll keep this on the list. Trip has earnings next week as well, so we can see if this could be a post-earnings play. If you beat earnings and they give good guidance, this could continue running up. Upworks, this is too extended here, so we'll skip that one. And the last one is VRNT, which looks like it's flagging here, so we'll keep that on watch. So now we are down to about 20 tickers that have potential. The next step is to chart key areas to watch out for and set alerts. I'll go over a handful of these and use them to show you guys my chart settings and indicators. The first indicator I'll show you guys will be a game changer for a lot of people. It's called Swing High Low by Pattern Smart. Click on FS indicators, type in swing, and the first result that comes up, you want to add that into your chart settings. This will chart support and resistance areas across all time frames. I'll show you guys how it works. As you can see here, there is a new resistance up here, and this works pretty much on any time frame. You always want to start from the top down, so start on the weekly and then daily and then 4 hours. But this is a pretty good indicator to have on your charts, especially if you're struggling with support and resistance areas. The second indicator I use is the moving averages. I use the 20-day, 50-day, and 200-day moving averages. I have combined all these into one indicator that allows me to save spaces on my indicators here, and I can actually turn them on and off. And the other indicators I use are the RSI, the MACD, and of course TrendBot to find entry points. Now that we've gone over the indicators, there's a couple more things I want to show you guys. The first one is the use of templates. You want to have different templates based on which indicators you're looking at. I have 3 templates saved. The first one is the trend. It has both the oscillator and the bot on here. The second one is the one with the RSI and MACD, and I have a third one that has both of them combined. This will allow you to have different chart settings based on different tickers or different indicators. One more thing I want to show you guys, I'm not sure many of you know, is on this sidebar at the bottom here, if you pull this all the way up, you will see the company information, what sector, what industry it is in, but you will also see down here a quick preview of what the company does. This will save you time instead of going to Google and looking it up. You'll also have a website here and some good information to know if you're researching any company. With that out of the way, we can go back to charting a few of these here. So I'll maximize this. So BLDR, we want this over the 43.50 area with high volume. Once we close above that, that's a good indication of a breakout. BNGO, we can look at this on the 4-hour and we can see the high volume on here, which just smashed through the previous highs. We can also see there was a golden cross on the 4-hour MACD. We did get a buy signal on the bot as well. This is a good one here. I think this can go to 20 by the end of the month possibly. DBX, I want this over the 25-20 resistance right here. I think if it can close above that with volume, that would be a good indication of a breakout. One thing to watch out for is the earnings coming up this week, so we can keep that on watch and see what happens. The last one we'll look at here is KBH. I like April calls on this one. It's a slow mover, but if it does break out, that could pay nicely. I would have my stop loss under 42.20 and watch how the market performs. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me, and please hit the subscribe button below so as not to miss my next videos.